Everybody, good afternoon. It's Vicki Williams with the Willow Group eXp Realty. And I'm so excited to have joining us today, Travis Brown. Hey, Travis, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. So Travis is coming online today to tell us all about this weekend's upcoming Eagleville tractor and truck pull. So Travis, tell us about date, time, and location. What can we expect?
Sure thing. So it's going to be Saturday, June 11th. We're going to open the gates at 4:30. The event starts at 6. We'll start pulling right on the dot of 6, hopefully, with no complications. It's $10 per person to get in. 10 and under are free. A lot of people like to come and participate into our infield experience, which they can bring their truck or vehicle inside the fence-off area, sit on the hillside, and watch the event from there. That is additional $10 for the vehicle to bring it inside there. They'll bring in grills and coolers. We just ask no glass. So this is a really fun event. We usually get 2,000 to 3,000 people out there every year. We'll have tons of competitors out there bringing their trucks and tractors all the way from stock to modified. There'll be some pretty wild stuff out there. We're going to have the mini rods out there. These things hop around the track like little Mexican jumping beans. It's basically a big V8 engine and 4 tires and a very brave driver.
Oh,
So
that sounds fun.
yeah,
Yeah, all ages participating in this event.
There'll be some youth drivers out there with their parents riding along in their trucks, pulling some of this stuff there. We usually see that once or twice a night. We'll see there'll be some local faces out there, people that pulling some of this equipment, and there'll be some people that come a pretty good distance away. Back in 2020, when the pandemic shut down, we had people coming all the way from Pennsylvania and New York and Wisconsin to come down and pull at our event. So, a lot of people know about Eagleville and our pull every year. So.
You put the name on the map. You put Eagleville's name on the map.
It's not, yeah, there's a lot of hard work that goes into this event. We got a lot of great volunteers, and they work extremely hard to make this happen every year. And we're very proud of what they do and, what they have done to put this on every year. So.
We took our grandsons 4 years ago, and it was a blast. We had such a great time. And I think we're going back this Saturday. I know my husband's taking my grandsons. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, but I know they're planning on going. So such a great time. So let me ask you this. If someone wanted to enter into the competition, do they need to pre-register, or do they just show up with their equipment and ready to go?
So there is a class list on our Facebook site and also the rules. And if you got any questions, there's some people we can put you in contact with to figure out, because there's different classes of, if you've got a truck or a tractor you think is full, you want to pull, they'll tell you where it might fit in there and what the rules are for that class. We've got stock classes, we've got modified classes. So there's different stuff out there for how your vehicle has been constructed or modified and things like that. We do register right at the day of the event. We start the registration about 4:00. So there's no real pre-registration.
Okay.
And just you kind of bring your equipment out there, and we'll tell you where to line up, when to line up, and we'll get you hooked up and throw the flag and see what happens.
Rain or shine?
We have a huge tarp, and so if it rains, we'll cover that track, and we will get this event in. I promise you. Unless the track's underwater because we got so much rain, we will get it done. So we're not going to pull if the track gets too sloppy, but we'll dry that track back out again. We'll scrape it, we'll pack it, and we'll get to going again. We have done it before.
Wonderful. So tell us about the prizes.
So those guys are pulling for the bragging rights and for some cash money. They get through with their pull. We pay like the top 3 or 4 positions, and they are going to be issued a check right on the spot when they get through with the night, and we'll hand it out to them. And they're there for the money and the glory. So
the money and the glory. So I've got a little SUV. I wonder what I could pull and make some extra cash this weekend.
I don't know. There's some pretty stiff competition, even in these stock classes. Some of these guys are really what I consider stock. They're really kind of pushing the limits. It's one of those things that we do our best to police, but there's some guys out there they've got some pretty nice stock vehicles, so they're putting out some good power.
That's awesome. So you also mentioned that you've got a lot of really good food vendors that are going to be there this weekend. So you can come hungry, right? What do you have?
Oh, you need to come hungry. We've got a little bit of everything. I've got something like 10 or 15 food vendors on the spot. We have hamburgers, we've got barbecue, we've got cotton candy people coming. They got a little bit of everything. There is no way that you're going to leave here hungry. And I have tried a lot of these food stands at different places, and I guarantee that there's some really good places coming into this event right now. They actually fight over the positions because we make an effort to only get the best and to make sure that they are going to have a good spot. So they have come before, and once they come once, they usually try to come back every year for our event because they know that they're gonna have a good crowd. Eagle brings out a great crowd every year, and they love to come down here. And I mean, our phone's going to ring off the hook from all the vendors that couldn't make it in because we limit our participation. It's like, I don't need 30 of the same hamburgers. We want to have the two best.
Right. And so the best advice we can give everyone is to come early, and because 2 years ago, the entrance got shut down at about 9 p.m. The streets were jammed. The police department, you said, had to be called out to send people away. You were just
It was
full.
gridlock. Yeah, the pandemic brought out so many people. Nobody knew what was going to happen. That was like the first public event that happened after all the lockdowns of 2020. And so I had called and got all the permissions. I said, yeah, you can have an outdoor event. We think you're good right there. And so we said, we put out the word we're going to have this full in Eagleville, and it turned huge. We had people coming from all over, and it was the best event I've ever seen down there. We had 2 or 3 times the normal amount of competitors. We had people coming from everywhere, but unfortunately there were probably as many people got in as didn't get in. There's people that were waiting in line for hours trying to get in, and I felt bad for it. If we would have known, we would have tried to do something else, but who would have known? I mean, nobody guessed that our full
that.
yeah. So, but it definitely was. The people that got in saw the best tractor pull they've ever seen, truck and tractor pull, because the amount of equipment that showed up that year was absolutely insane. There was people that towed all the way from New York State to come take a try with a sled with their tractor there. I mean, they were ready. So
it was the talk of the town for months after the event. I can recall like it was yesterday. So $10 a person to get in. If you want to take your vehicle in and do some infield tailgating, it's $10 for the vehicle as well. So 4 people plus a vehicle would be $50. Just cash, Travis? Do you just take cash at the gate? Is that right?
Yeah, we just do cash only. We've tried to work and getting some credit card stuff out there. The problem is that we don't have good internet out there. Our showgrounds are a little rustic. We're a little bit out of town yet. One of our sponsors is working on it, actually. United Communications, in conjunction with Middle Tennessee Electric, is going to be one of our sponsors here, and they're actually working on bringing broadband to the Middle Tennessee area. And so it won't be too long before we probably have internet even on our showgrounds there. It's just a matter of getting some stuff set up to do that. But right now we're just cash only. But we're excited about our sponsors. We got O'Reilly Auto Parts this year. We've got Tri-Green, our local John Deere dealer, and we've got the United those are our major sponsors. We've got a bunch of secondary sponsors like our friends at Radford's Towing and Matt's Transmission. There's probably a bunch more I forgot right now, but those are our major ones. So,
what's your favorite event? What's your favorite category at your tractor and truck pull?
Oh, well, that's easy. I'm biased because we pull our steam engine every year,
Okay.
and we do what we call a rolling spark show. And so we are going to pull my 1921 Cat Garmin steam engine. It weighs about 25,000 pounds. We're going to hook up the sled, and we're going to turn the lights off. We're going to load this thing up with a lot of sawdust. And as it goes through down the track, it's going to blow glowing embers out of the stack the whole way down there. It puts on a very scenic show. It's really cool to see, and we love doing it every year. So that's probably my favorite event. But there's so many cool things out there. I love the big diesel tractors that they get rolling, and they put this huge plume of smoke out as they're just powering down the track. Like I said, those little mini rods they put out there, those things are, I do a little bit of some of the flagging, some of the class. And I've told those guys, I said, I can't flag these mini rods. They are so quick. I'm not that fast on my feet. I need somebody younger to be able to dodge those things. They come down the track and they might go 4 or 5 foot sideways on you. I mean, it's like, you've got to be ready. So it's cool to watch, but, and they're excited about coming back. This is our 3rd year of having them. We're excited to have them back. It's just a really good high energy event. We have lots of fun every year.
Well, it sounds like a great time, and I'm hopeful that you guys have some really good weather this weekend. you guys bring your whole family out, come out and support the local and not local competitors that are coming in from all over the country, from other states. Come out and support them and cheer them on. And Travis, I appreciate your time. I know you're at work, so thank you so much for taking the time to do this quick interview. Anything else we need to know before we sign off?
Look us up on Facebook. We're
Yep.
the Tennessee Valley Pioneer Power Association. We've actually got a post up right now on things that you might want to bring with you or things you should know before you come, like, wear good footwear. You might be a little bit of walking, and we do have some rocks out there because it's Middle Tennessee.
Right.
Little bug spray might not be a bad idea. And so
Yep.
there's a little list there that we put together of things before you come on that site. But just said look us up, and we try to keep everybody informed of much is going on our Facebook site. So we'd love to see everybody there.
Tennessee Pioneer Power Association.
Yep, it's our
Did I get it
35th
all?
year,
Okay.
and we're going to have a show in September with our antique stuff. It'll be our 35th year having that going on. So we're, it's been a Eagleville tradition for 35 years now. So.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Travis. Everybody, again, that's this Saturday night, June 11th, starting at 6 p.m., but the gates will open at 4:30 p.m. So we'll see you there. Thanks, Travis.
See you there. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.